Stop trying to be good. Stop trying to be the person that everyone likes. Stop trying to be... Just stop trying. And honestly, just stop trying. That should be the title of the video. Stop trying. Just stop trying. I've been thinking a lot recently about what it means to exist rather than perform or try to be. And that has led me to the conclusion that we should all stop trying to be good. I think growing up, feeling like I never fit in, or I was only accepted a certain way, or just not even accepted at all into certain spaces, forced me to kind of turn on this mode where I understood that the best thing that I could do is just be good, be tolerable, and be digestible for the people around me, in hopes that maybe if I don't get accepted, at least I wouldn't be a burden, right? And I think a lot of people struggle with this, and it carries on into our adulthood until we realize one day that I don't even know who I am and or the person who I want to be, because you spent all that time protecting yourself and trying to be safe by not being you. It's an interesting realization to come to, because there's a lot of different names for it, I guess. People would call it people-pleasing, but sometimes we hear the word people-pleasing, we may think, oh, I'm not a people-pleaser, I say no sometimes, I don't bend over backwards. Though that can be part of the definition, I believe that a big part of it is looking inward into your inner narrative before you make an action, before you think something, even after you think something, and uncovering that why and understanding if it truly feels intuitive to you, or you feel like you're serving something other than yourself when, before, or after you are taking a certain action. Kind of just looking inward, listening to the narrative in your head, and understanding what, where, how, or even why you're thinking that, even if it's just as simple as I'm gonna wear this today versus I'm gonna wear this today. Does it feel good to you? It's kind of ironic, or almost kind of say choose what feels best to you, but this uncovering of what people pleasing and how much serving you're doing to other people is kind of an active discovery of the person you are. So it's like, how are you going to tell me to understand what feels right to me and I don't know who I am yet? I don't pretend to know all the answers. I just think that when you know, you know. And it takes being in touch with certain parts of yourself and being honest enough with yourself. The worst thing we can do is begin to try to convince ourselves something that isn't true. And I'm all for delusion. Fake it till you make it kind of thing. But also, we don't want to lie to ourselves and tell ourselves that we are doing something for us. And sometimes we may be thinking we're doing something for ourselves, but that's just what other people are doing for themselves. And then that kind of rhetoric gets passed on to you, which makes you think that you can do the same exact thing and do it for yourself, but it doesn't really work like that. I saw this quote. It said, if you try to please everyone, you'll be everyone's puppet. The more we try to appease and please the people around us who, especially like if you're not getting paid kind of thing, like I understand having a boss, and like you gotta do what you gotta do. And there are some spaces where uniformity and like conformity is accepted. I mean, conformity is always accepted, but appropriate, I guess, or not compromising of yourself in certain spaces. And there's respect to that, and there's fun and still individuality to be had in those spaces. But the everyday, day-to-day, when you don't have to wear a uniform, when you don't have to show up a specific certain way, how much of yourself are you being? Understanding how unique your life is and how unique you are. We always hear everyone's different in their own ways, everyone's unique, blah, blah. But really understanding how unique you are inherently, simply because we all have different experiences and we all experience things on a different level, and just experience things that you can't really translate to another person because you felt it, because you're the one going through it. You're already different. Yes, we're all different. Like, truly, we are all different, and we all internalize different things. Like, even from the slightest experience being altered compared to, like, someone having the same experience, but on that day, it was a sunny day or rainy day. You know what I mean? I believe that there's a respect that needs to be held to that, not only to yourself, but to the other people around you. And when people lack that kind of respect, that's when we start touching homophobia and racism and all the EAs, because why are you worried about what someone else is doing? Like, to watch someone react to someone being different and someone not being like them or like the people around them, and immediately saying it as a bad thing. We understand that humans recognize things that are unfamiliar and we get in defense mode. But when you're dealing with human beings with hearts, emotions, and lives and experiences, and you still decide to be hateful and prejudiced toward them, you're insane. You're insane! Thinking that you are so great and so right and so playing by the book that you're doing it right. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You were the good girl. You were the good guy. You've done everything right. To think that you are so special in that sense that you can bring someone else down just because they are not playing the game like you, that they are not compromising, that they are not conforming, that they are not bending over backwards. It's like, how dare they have the audacity to not succumb to society as perfectly as I have. You could argue that they're projecting and that is the case of some people. They're projecting and they want to be as confident in themselves and out, I guess, as you are, but they have many fears or things that are holding them back. But most of the time they're not projecting and they genuinely see that you or someone else is doing something wrong by being themselves. Understanding that is a survival mechanism for a lot of us to try to be good, to play by the rules, just take more and more away from ourselves at the benefit of others, of making other people feel comfortable, at the benefit of making spaces feel comfortable. And the crazy thing is, more oftentimes than not, you being yourself and kind of just being refreshing and being light and not taking everything so serious is the best energy you can create in a space, because now you've just awoken something in someone that they either forgot they had, were covering up the whole time, or were too scared to bring out that day. Now we're all ourselves. Whole house themselves. And that's the best thing we can do. Because at the end of the day, guys, we don't know how many minutes we have left. And I always say that and it sounds morbid. But the true motivation of me pursuing the most me of myself truly came from understanding that there are lives and many, 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 many minutes that I can have. And I want all of them to feel right to me. I want to live my life, like mine, by the way, like my life, and make that as unique and special and exciting as possible. And I think everyone else should do the same. Get rid of that desire, that want to be chosen, to be liked, to be wanted, because not only is that such a fleeting feeling, it is such a finite feeling, and it's not even freaking real, because you can be wanted in a certain space 5 miles down the road. You're not wanted there. Now what? Are you going to change yourself again? This is not a shameful video. I get nervous sometimes speaking the way that I am, because I don't want to sound like I'm above all, because there are days where I'm like, I feel like I need to be smaller, not physically, but I feel like I need to shrink myself, my personality, who I am, be quieter, be more digestible. But the thing is, guys, like, I think that's another thing. I think we see things as black and white so many times that we don't understand that you can be loud, outgoing, however you want, and be the kindest person in that room. We may see people and think that they're different and automatically think that's bad, and without realizing, they likely have the most compassion and love, true love, for the people around them. Alright, thank you guys for listening. I kind of like this whole backseat situation. I feel like someone's driving and I'm like, hey, turn up the music, hey, turn down the music, hey, nah, let me be your backseat driver, yes. And yeah, see you guys.